All right, let's do something that sounds kind of complex, but is actually super simple. We're going to teach a computer how to have a conversation. And you know what? We'll do it with just a few lines of Python. So, have you ever thought about making a program that actually talks back to you? One that asks a question, can understand what you type, and then gives you a smart reply? Well, that's exactly what we're about to build. And get this, it only takes this little bit of code right here. This is basically our roadmap. This little program asks where you were born and then cooks up a custom reply based on your answer. So let's dive in and see how it actually works, piece by piece. Okay, first up, ask and remember. A conversation's got to start somewhere, right? A program needs to be able to do two things, ask a question and then actually remember what you said. Let's look at the tools for that, starting with input. This first line of code is everything. The input function is so simple. It just prints a question on the screen and then it waits. The whole program just pauses, waiting for you to type something in and hit the enter key. So, once you've typed your answer, where does it go? It gets tucked away inside a variable. Just think of a variable like birth_country as a little labeled box. We take the user's answer and pop it right inside this box so we can open it up and see what's in there later. It's basically the program's memory. All right, next section, let's teach our code how to decide things. Our program can ask and remember now, but that's not really a conversation, is it? To make it interactive, we need to give it a brain. And we're going to do that with if, elif, and else. This is how we teach it to make decisions based on what's inside that birth country box. So this is the logic, the path our program's going to follow. First, it's going to check if the answer in the box is China, it does one thing. If that's not true, it moves on. Else, if the answer is Brazil, it does something totally different. And if neither of those are right, the else part is our safety net. It's the default reply for any other answer you could possibly type. Now, here's a really important little detail, that double equals sign. It's not the same as a single equals. This is how the program asks a question. It's literally asking, hey, is the text inside the birth_country box exactly the same as the word China? That simple yes or no answer is what drives the whole decision. And now for the really fun part. We're so close. Our program can ask, it can remember, and it can decide. Now let's make the replies feel personal and dynamic by using something called f-strings. Just look at the difference here. On the left, we've got a static reply. It's the same thing, over and over. Kind of boring. But on the right, we're using an f-string. See that little f right before the quote? That's like unlocking a secret power. It tells Python, hey, look inside for curly braces. When it finds our birth country variable, it doesn't print the text. It actually grabs whatever answer you typed and slots it right into the sentence. How cool is that? You get a totally personal response. And just like that, you've learned the fundamental building blocks for pretty much any interactive program. It's really just a simple, powerful recipe that you now have. Let's do a quick recap. So you use input to ask a question, you use a variable to store the answer, you use if, elif, and else to make a decision, and then you use an f-string to create that perfect custom reply. That's the whole shebang. So now you have the tools. You could ask someone's favorite movie, their dream job, anything you can think of. The logic is exactly the same. So the big question is, now that you know how to make a program talk, what's the first thing you're going to have it ask?